When I woke up, it was already noon the next day. Andrew stood in front of me and threw a maid's uniform in my face. Disgust showed plainly in his eyes. Sophia is pregnant. She's been in a bad mood. He lit a cigar. His gaze was cold. The previous maid was clumsy. I don't trust her. From today on, you'll attend to Sophia personally. Smoke filled the room, and his face blurred behind it. Serve her well. Next month, I'll arrange your mother's surgery. I froze. I could hardly believe my ears. She was my love rival. She carried my husband's child, yet he wanted me to serve her. Andrew was ruthless. After a long silence, I gripped the maid's uniform. I'll take good care of Ms. Rossi. Andrew's eyes moved slowly over my face. He snorted before slamming the door. That night, thunder roared and rain poured without pause. I was kneeling on the expensive carpet in the living room, carefully wiping the red wine stain on it when Sophia's arrogant voice called, "Ella, get me a glass of water." I got up and respectfully handed her the glass with steady hands. She did not take it. Her beautiful eyes moved slowly, looking me up and down. "Look at you. You're so pathetic. Do you think Andrew feels sorry for you? Listen carefully. The Donna of the Lorenzo family is going to be me. And you? You're nothing but a dog Andrew keeps to amuse me. 3 years ago, I would have shot her without hesitation. But I could, alas, presently not do this. My mother's life was still in their hands." When I remained silent, Sophia sneered before stepping closer. Then there was a sharp crack. The glass had hit the floor and shattered. Sophia let out a scream. My hand." A door upstairs burst open. Andrew barged in wearing only his robe and saw the mess on the floor. His face instantly turned dark. "What happened?" Sophia collapsed into his arms. The hurt on her face was perfectly crafted. "Andrew, Ella is still your legal wife. How can she really serve me? Besides, she spent 3 years in prison. She may not be used to taking care of anyone." Andrew quickly turned to stare at me, and his eyes looked ready to tear me apart. "Ella, let me warn you. Stop holding on to foolish fantasies. I already showed you mercy by allowing you to stay in the estate and serve Sophia. If you keep on hurting her with your misplaced pride, you can't blame me for what I do next." I stood there and almost laughed. In Andrew's world, the truth never mattered. All that mattered was Sophia's happiness. He raised his hand before I could defend myself, and the slap he gave me echoed throughout the room. His palm struck my face with brutal force. My body slammed into the cabinet beside me, and the blow made my left ear ring. I fell to the floor. Broken glass cut into my palm. A sharp pain swept through me, and my vision went dark. The smell of blood filled the air. In the final second before I lost consciousness, I saw Andrew holding Sophia close. He looked down at me with open disgust. "If you're going to die, do it somewhere else. I don't want that bad luck in this house." Chapter 3. When I woke up, the room was completely silent. There was no medicine, no clean clothes. Not even a hint of sunlight came through the windows. I tried to sit up, but the untreated wounds all over my body burned with sharp pain, as if they were tearing open again. I could not die. If I died, my mother would lose her treatment. I sucked in a breath and forced myself to change out of my dirty clothes. Suddenly, Andrew stumbled in. He reeked of alcohol. I tried to get up and move away instinctively, but my legs refused to cooperate, and I collapsed back down. The next second, a burning hand grabbed my wrist. Andrew's tall body pressed me down. There was no tenderness, no gentleness. He simply ripped at my maid's uniform. "Ella," he said my name, but there was no care in his touch. It felt like he was only venting his anger, so I struggled with all my strength. "Andrew, are you crazy? Let me go." He ignored me and pressed his face against my neck. A strong rose scent filled my nose. It was Sophia's favorite perfume. My stomach churned, and the nausea grew stronger than my fear. Bleh, ugh. I pushed him away without thinking. I hit the carpet and gagged. The room fell silent again. Andrew went still at the edge of the bed. His face turned dark. He fixed his wrinkled collar and looked at me with a cold, threatening stare. "You think I'm dirty?" I was still gagging. I did not even have the strength to explain. He gave a short, mocking laugh and stepped on my back. "What are you pretending to be so pure for? Back then, you were willing to kill me for 5 million from the Rossi family heir, Mark Rossi. You even took the blame for him for 5 million. I told you I would become the Don one day. Forget 5 million. I would have given you 50 million. And how did you repay me? For a little money, you went to prison. You went as far as selling yourself. Those 3 years in prison. How many men did you have? Do you expect me to believe you fought them off like this too?" Each word felt like a knife stabbing into my heart. "I told you. I didn't. 3 years ago, I gave him the same explanation over and over. But Andrew never believed me. Or maybe he simply refused to believe me." I looked at the face in front of me. It was so familiar, yet it felt completely strange. This was the man I had loved for 10 years. "If you think I'm dirty, then don't touch me. You think I want to? Sophia is pregnant. I don't want to hurt her or our child. I came to you just to blow off some steam." I froze. So he was worried about their child. His words felt like needles piercing my heart. The pain spread until I could barely breathe. "Be smart. Otherwise, your mother is in the hospital." Andrew did not finish the sentence, but I understood. He always followed through on his threats. So I stopped fighting. I even slid my arms around his waist and forced myself to respond to him. What once made our love burn brighter had turned into nothing more than a cold exchange. We each took what we wanted. Later that night, after Andrew left, I dragged a metal box out out from under the bed. At the very bottom, I found a dull stainless steel ring. Andrew had made it for me himself a few years ago. Ella, I swear on my family's name, when I reach that position, I'll replace this with the biggest diamond ring. His teenage promise still echoed in my ears. But the boy who swore he would love me for life was gone. I clenched the ring and limped to the artificial lake on the estate. Without hesitation, I threw it toward the center of the water. There was a soft plunk. It disappeared into the darkness without a ripple. Goodbye, Andrew.